back. Welcome, everybody, to Gamescom 2017. We're live here on the show floor. I'm your host, Community Content Manager Jared Huckabee. Joining us for this hour, our Gamescom edition of Happy Hour, we've got Brian Chambers, Development Director out of Foundry 42 Frankfurt. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
Good?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Hey, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday to you, too. Is that not the appropriate response?
I really appreciate that.
This is the second birthday that we've spent together.
It is.
Yes,
number two.
The first birthday we spent together, you made me eat mashed potatoes that had been dropped on the floor.
Yes, it is true.
Wow.
I fed him truffle mashed potatoes for I think the very first time you had him.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. They're really good. And it's a small place in Frankfurt, and he immediately spit them out, I think. And
now, I'm not a cultured individual. The steak was really good.
They're really. It was your birthday. I was treating you.
Yeah, and you remember, I made you like, hey, I'm probably not going to like this, and I made you agree that it was okay if I didn't like it before you bought it.
But a year later, now you're bringing it up again.
Yeah, it was store-bought. it was boxed mashed potatoes that somebody had dropped on the floor.
It was a nice restaurant. I paid out of my own pocket to
very
take
nice
you out.
It was a gorgeous restaurant. Gorgeous restaurant with fantastic steak, and the mousse was fantastic, and everything was great.
The truffles were really good.
It's just this, what a truffle, which is just a fancy word for it fell on the ground.
All right. So, yeah, happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Happy birthday,
nice. Nice.
Couple housekeeping things before we get started for this hour. The Nox and the the Nox and the Cutlass are available for sale right now. We're giving away trading cards here at the show floor. They've got QR codes in the back. These QR codes have made their way to social media. I have no idea how.
Already?
But you can
What's the social media?
But you can track that down and get access to buy your Nox and your Cutlass for the last time at their introductory prices before they go up when they're implemented in 3.0. Also coming up later today, we've got a Bar Citizen tonight at the Brauhaus on Namen at 8 a.m. local time. That's 8 p.m. local time, 8 a.m. Don't show up at the Brauhaus at 8 a.m. We'll be cutting out. With that, do I have any more? That's all.
I'll be
all
there
the
tonight.
housekeeping
You going to be there tonight?
I'm going to be there tonight.
I'll be there.
I'll be there tonight.
Anyone else going to be there tonight?
I am
gonna
definitely going to be there.
It's a Bar Citizen. We got to attend.
Yeah.
So, for this version of Happy Hour, we are turning control of the questions over to our esteemed community broadcasters. They are here as representatives of you, the Star Citizen community. They are going to ask Brian your questions. You can submit your questions into Twitch chat. Please preface your question with the word question in capital letters surrounded by bracket. That's going to help them pull it out. But of course, I feel like they've probably brought their own. With that, I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
You didn't tell me it was going to be formatted like this.
Yeah, sorry.
I thought we were just going to hang out.
Nope.
We're still going to hang out, but we're like, in the meantime, we're going to ask you some stuff.
Be nice, yeah?
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. No, we actually sat down yesterday or last night, and we conjured up some questions because we wanted to make sure that we asked you the right questions, right?
So it took you time. You actually gave this thought.
Yeah,
of course.
a little bit. We were drinking while doing it. But,
Yeah.
you know.
So we had some drinks. We talked about it, and we wanted to make sure that we asked questions that we want to know as Star Citizen backers, and we wanted to ask questions that we know that the backers would want to know. So
All right, now I do get a lot of design questions, and when those come in, I always feel bad. Like when they ask, deep level design, I'm like, you got to talk designers, you got to talk to creatives on that, right?
Right.
So
We're not going to do that.
So about design,
I can imagine there's going to be the stupidest questions I've ever heard. But I'm all for it. Let's do this.
All right, Meyer, you want to hit off with the first question that we had?
okay, sure. So about design. Well, I mean, like No, I mean, like so right now we've been playing this morning in Daymar, and that is the first ever showcase of the game's procedurally assisted tech, right?
Yeah.
But like, what can we expect between what we see right now in the game and what's to come in the official release of 3.0?
Well, right now we locked. If you're on the show floor, I mean, we've locked everybody to Daymar. Primarily because if you were to quantum travel, people would be all over the place. No one would ever see each other, although it'd be cool, it'd be fun. But everything that's on the show floor, it has every single planet in it that we've created so far. So when 3.0 is out, you're definitely going to have more planets. You're going to have... Huh?
Moons.
Moons, sorry, yes. It's so easy. I just see a big round thing and I want to call it a planet, right? So yes, correct. You'll have moons. You're going to have different outposts. You're going to have different abilities. Don't want to give it away, all of it, right? But it's basically going to be an expanse of what we had here on the show floor. And it's been interesting so far, and I think you guys could probably attest to it, watching people play just a small portion of the 3.0 code base so far, and seeing what they've been able to do with it, and the kind of the happy accidents, and people dogfighting, you know, right there on the cusp and between two moons, and it's been pretty cool. So, yeah, there is going to be a lot more.
Right.
This is just a small portion, and I think that might have been a little confusing when we put stuff out to going 3.0, 3.0 on the show floor. It is a small portion that, for us right now internally, is stable, and there's enough there that we said, absolutely, let's let people experience a small portion of it. And I think that small portion of it's caused some buzz, and people are digging it.
That's actually, like, that leads really good into our next question, because like
I'm glad I could lead you.
Thank you. You're actually telling us, like the internal build is, like, it's good. It's like you guys are pretty satisfied about that. Like, right now, what is your biggest blocker on putting it out?
I'd have to look right now, and I'm sure I got 20 emails. Every day we get reports of what the current blockers are, right? It's a mix of everything. I mean, we hold ourselves to a certain quality. There's obviously certain ones where it's like, okay, a certain percentage of the time, this thing happens to this ship. We have to sort that out, right? And we even see it on the show floor here. Some things aren't 100% perfect, but in a play area like this where guys are jumping in 10, 15 minutes, it's cool. But if we know, if guys really want to explore, and they're gonna be playing it for hours, they're gonna experience it more frequently, and that won't be cool, right?
Right.
So we have a whole range, and it's very, very detailed with the QA department. You know, what's a blocker, what's an A bug, what's a workaround. We have terminologies for each thing. It gets dug in. QA has a whole process where if a bug does come in and reported by somebody, they go through and ideally repeat that thing 3 separate times, get crash dumps and so on. Because the moment we send that bug to a developer, whether that be an engineer, an artist, whoever, the more detail QA can give them, the quicker they can jump to the problem.
Right.
Right.
So the bugs that are in there today that potentially are blocking us are different from when I was in the office last Saturday.
Okay, so we're actually talking, like, pretty detailed stuff already. Like, you can honestly, like, say that the bigger global line of the whole .0 project is there.
Again, the show floor here, what they're playing is that code base for 3.0.
Right.
Right, it is that code base. It is solid. Once we expand it a little bit, though, and you have all the different ships and quantum travel and the different moons you're landing on and adding more AI and more interaction points and so on, then things get a little more complicated. But yeah, that base tech is there, and it really is just getting all those details to work together in a way that we think when we give it out, avocado, that it'll be solid enough play experience where people won't be frustrated. It'll still go out as early as we think it can be, but we don't want to send something out that's going to just frustrate players.
Yeah, there's a common misconception about what avocado testing is. Testing is to help us find things that we perhaps don't know. When there's a whole host of things we already know of, we don't need to send that to players for them to tell us that that's already broken.
Absolutely.
We have a host of stuff that we're like, all right, we already know this stuff. We're working on this stuff. We want to get this stuff done. And then say, all right, we think we're at a pretty playable state. Then we give it to them, and then they give us a whole host of things back. So it's we don't need feedback on the things we already know, and that's what delays this testing most often.
All right.
So thanks, Jared.
Yep. So, Joe, I'm just here to help you out.
Happy birthday.
So
happy birthday, Ryan.
Oh, it's your birthday, is it? Remember that time I fed you dirt?
So we talked about some of the blockers that were stopping the game from getting released to avocados, but what's one of the bugs that you can think of that you and your team handled that, like most recently, that you just finished and are just super amped to see what people react to it when they get hands on it in 3.0 once it's launched? So like, what would be one of the bugs that you're most excited about having gotten taken care of?
It's almost a trick question because it's come down to the details, right? It could be the minutia of seeing, you know, as you guys heard, terminology called usables, right? Recently, we just had a small sprint in the Frankfurt office, and some of these usables were literally just looked horrible. The idea of simply just going up and sitting at a table and interacting with the cup. And for the life of us, we couldn't sort out really what was going on. Bring multiple people together. We brought in some of the animators from Austin. We had our programmers and so on, and designers. We put them all in a meeting room for literally like a week and a half. And after sitting back and forth and seeing, working side by side and seeing, okay, how's the setup on the character? How's the collision on the character? Okay, is a collision turning off when he's going to the table? Wait, now he's clipping. Wait, what about the timing here? Oh, how did that flag? Whoa, that flag didn't work to turn this off, and so on. When you see everybody come together, and that was one that was just recent, simple like that, and they find out, okay, wow, this is where the logic loop was broke, and this is why it looked horrible. A few days in that office together, in that meeting room, they come out and they go, boom, and you play it, and it looks spot on, right? Those are those little awesome moments. So it's not big, but it's just going, because it's really those little things to me that are going to enable and make this universe to be, you know, alive. You just see those natural things happening. We're spending quality on things don't clip through the table, that people are intelligently navigating around one another AI-wise and so on. So to me, it's the small little wins that we have like that. It's not that mean a lot to me. It's not really the big ones. The big ones, I'm like, okay, the big ones are almost easier, right? If there's something chunky and it's just broken, not working, those are usually a lot easier for us to dig in and sort out. When it comes to the detail and seeing something that's not perfect, and us holding ourselves to a certain level of standard, digging in and sorting those out is cool, right? And some of that stuff too is it absolutely gets hidden in the details. You know, people may not understand the amount of work that goes into fixing A, B, or C, but it may be something that touches 5 separate disciplines that are all working, you know, in semi-close to different locations. So it's really getting the communication together, all the information, and getting people to work and sort it out.
Awesome.
So the Star Citizen that we're going to be getting at the end of the day, after all this is done, after development is done, and the Star Citizen that we've had before this, and even the Star Citizen that we're having right now, are all two completely different beasts. So you work at the only one of the studios, the Frankfurt Foundry 42. So what are your people responsible for in this build specifically?
In this build?
Yes. Because we know
moons?
that, because we know that, you know, this is 3.0. 3.1 is around the corner, but like specifically this build, what are your guys?
Well, what I can tell you what we don't touch.
Right.
We primarily don't. Characters are out of LA.
Right.
And ships are out of the UK.
Okay.
When you look at particles, when you look at lighting, when you actually look at the moons, when you look at the space stations, and the modular bits that are there, and art that's across the environment, and even the makeup of the environment itself, there was a big heavy hand in Frankfurt to help pull all that together.
Right.
So the Frankfurt team has grown quite a bit. I mean, we started in January 2015 with 6 people. We're now up to 75 or 76 people. We're touching AI. We're touching the base engine, and that goes with rendering and animation and physics and tools. We're touching a heavy hand on design, both system and level design. We have our lead lighting artist that's there. We're up to 12. Environment artists now.
Right.
3 VFX artists. small QA team. We're responsible for all the weapons, FPS and ship weapons. We have a couple tech artists, and we're going to be handling all the cinematics for Squadron. So
Awesome.
pretty substantial. And when I always preface it, when I say we own something, such as like AI, there are other AI programmers in most all the other locations.
Right.
It's just we have the lead in our office. He's leading up guys, working with the other guys across studio.
Right. Cool. So, like, if you would have, like, in this limited 3.0 build that we're seeing right now, like, if you would, like, reach out of that limited build that we have right now, and you would go into that full 3.0 phase, would you be able to give us, like, the littlest sneak peek of what you are most satisfied on and what your team did?
Well, I think he's most satisfied with the work of the community team.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that.
I'm going to feed you more dirt tonight.
Dirty mashed potatoes.
What was the end of that question again?
Okay, what is the thing outside of this limited 3.0 build that we're having right now, but in the actual end result of 3.0 that we're going to push out, like, for the first time?
Yeah.
What is the thing that you and your team worked on that you might be the most excited about to see for yourself?
What would you say is your biggest accomplishment?
Biggest accomplishment. It's really hard. I always lean back to the procedural tech for the moons, right, and for the planets, because that's hardcore. That in combination with the modularity of the environments, in combination with how in-depth AI is going with the subsumption system.
Okay.
It really needs to be all those together, because cool, I could have a moon by itself and that really means nothing, right? I need stuff on it.
Right.
So those guys to be able to work close together and understand how much can be procedural versus how much needs to be hand-placed in order to give an organic feel. And with the AI really, you know, company-wide, we bit down to take a half step back quite a while ago to be able to build up a solid foundation so this AI can really get the behaviors that this whole universe needs to, right? So I think really just that traversal from moon to moon, interacting with the AI and interacting with other people, all that in combination is in my mind, at least right now, is what I see as being most proud of. Interesting part though, and I'm watching people play what we have on the floor right now. It's always fun for me to watch people play because we put all these elements together, but the moment somebody jumps in, they're seeing how they can break it in a funny way. They're interacting with things that were never really intended a certain way. So for all I know, what I say I'm the most proud of, they're going to come up with something I hadn't even really thought of on their own with these things working together, and we go, wow, look what we did, right? As example, Big Benny's. I had nothing to do with that, but did you ever think that putting that machine in there and making it physicalized, that it was going to go the way it did? No. Right? So once we have all these sandbox elements in there, and they're more mature and there's more functionality, I'm just excited for people to get their hands on it and see what they do with it.
Cool.
So we talked about procedural tech for a little bit, and we've kind of seen on the ATVs where you can procedurally like build mountain ranges and change a lot of other things, and we've also seen that they're working with modularity in regards to the outposts. So is there a system in place to kind of help create procedural cities or procedural outposts to where you don't have to go in and just specifically put in every piece?
You guys will see some of that, I think, fairly soon, but there is. And I always say we've had to, right? We had to take the time to create these things in a modular way that can be put together and have a tool set so they can be put together as efficiently as possible, right? 300 plus different physical locations where you can land that are just giant moons, planets. You need that, right? So we have various systems in place, and I was recently talking with some of the engineers back in Frankfurt and looking at some of the tools and stuff they were doing. I recently reported on a road layout system that we have that's a tool, right? And that tool allows us to quickly lay out the roads, but it also speaks intelligently to the terrain below it. So it's going to modify the terrain as it needs to lay out this road. When you look at the cities, when you look at the buildings, when you look at the space stations, they're built in a very modular way. But they're built in a modular way as intelligently as possible so they don't feel really modular, right? And that was the big chore. Right. And that's where that extra like 10 to 20% of hand play stuff on top of the modularity comes into play to help us break it up a little bit so nothing looks repetitive.
So right. I would like to add that fairly soon does not mean Friday at the presentation. I can see you in Twitch chat right now. You know better. Hype is the mind killer.
Let me, good point, and let me preface that. I have seen some recent work internally that is it's still in its early phases, but there's been discussion then of in some of the recent future updates that we give to be able to highlight that, right? To have videos and to chat about kind of where that's going and show off the progress.
Right.
So I just want to toss this out there.
Thank you, Jared.
Yep.
I just kind of want to toss this out there. A lot of people in chat are saying like, oh, hi, procedural cities confirmed. That was a question based off of the fact that I, as well as the other gentleman here, have been watching the ATVs for like the last year. Every time they bring up the outposts, they show a bunch of different pieces, but there has been, like, I haven't really caught on much because I'm always talking through them with the community, but seeing them build a modular, like in a modular way, to hear that they're talking about that kind of system is beautiful, because one of the things that I believe I heard Jared say on one of the previous ATVs was, yes, they can procedurally generate a planet, but they always send a designer in to go double check that to make sure that it doesn't look completely incorrect. Yes. So it feels awesome to know that those things are going to kind of mesh.
So, procedural generation for Star Citizen is the beginning of things.
Absolutely.
It's not the end of things.
No, it's a tool that enables us to make the quantity that this universe is going to have. And again, on that to your point, I mean, every time we've talked about those outposts, it was always, you know, even when I think we've done a couple pieces on them, where it's modular outposts, right?
Right.
It's modular for a reason, for us to be able to quickly put these things together.
So speaking of modularity from a design standpoint, right? Like, you know, with what we have right now, and with the stations that we've seen on ATV, will the players ever get to be able to experience some of that modularity hands-on and be able to change the way those stations look like themselves, make their own outposts even? Or like
yeah, I got asked that question a little while ago.
Right.
And honestly, for me, I would need to dig into it on what the current design is.
Right.
I've spoken to Chris, and I know Chris has said in the past, you know, in order for us to create these moons and this universe and the modular system that we've had to put in place with all the tools, by the time we're done, that tool set's going to be incredibly robust and mature, just because it has to be, right? So there was a notion of, could we later down the road, at some point, provide that tool set to players so they could have fun with it, right, and build their own stuff. And I think that's something that's, you know, still jotted down somewhere where it could be a possibility, but that wouldn't be anything that we would really give any attention to until, you know, everything's out there and done in people's hands.
Okay. Can I just slip one more in?
But at the same time, I want to do that too.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Give me the tool set and let me build my stuff.
And like regarding persistence as well, so like these outposts and stuff will be persistent. I mean, I remember reading in a Jump Point, which is like a monthly magazine that the company releases, that regarding, I think, space stations or satellites, and these satellites like they showed like one had like a generator that had and it mentioned that players might be able to like destroy those or whatever to influence that.
Yep.
On the ground with the outposts as well, will the players be able to in a kind of procedural and persistent kind of manner affect the stations? Are they so that they're not just items and outposts?
The stations, the stations will have systems within them per se, and you will be able to modify those.
So like destroy or to fix.
You said that. I just said they would have systems. The moment I say one or the other, then I'll read that. Oh my God, Brian confirmed this and this and this. But I do know that there will be systems there that can be modified somehow.
Right.
Right.
It was
and
a shot. Yeah.
Jared will come in and modify them all, and because he wants to, and he thinks it'll be funny to watch us get really sad while we play, and I'll come in and modify his and so on. So yeah, there is always that cause and effect,
right.
and that's what's cool about the whole persistence as well, right? To be able to go back to a thing that used to function a certain way, and then I come back to it, and now it's different, and oh man, who broke that?
Exactly.
Great, now that doesn't work.
So there's a history behind
I was waiting
it,
for that puzzle piece to finish my thing, and now I have to find a new one, and so.
There's a question in chat from a Mike Jones. It says, Brian, how does it feel not being Quantum Questions champion?
Oh, I am. I probably shouldn't comment on that. I have a lot to say, and I should keep it to myself. But Mike, hey, it's great seeing you, man. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike Jones.
Well, and everything went silent.
Come on, guys, your show.
Wait, yeah, people are calling out Mike now.
Mike Jones, Quantum Questions champion.
So my public announcement on that, I congratulate Mike with all sincerity. I think he did a great job, and in my opinion, he's also a horrible actor.
So,
mic drop.
Do you plan on having a rematch with Mike Jones in the ring next spring?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I welcome it.
Quantum. Okay. Sorry. So when we were playing the game earlier, or when they were playing the game earlier, we saw the first iteration, at least, of the stamina system.
Yeah.
And we saw the heavy marine kind of like being able to keep up toe-to-toe with the other suits.
Yeah,
so, how much will having the different armor sets actually affect the player and the mobility? Because we've seen the heavy marine being able to fly, being able to run, being able to do all that kind of stuff.
The percentage that it'll affect will be hard for me to kind of detail, but I mean, there is. I mean, there's a reason why it's with anything in any game, and it's decent in balancing, right? I got this heavy armor on, I might be a little more sluggish, yet I can do this. Versus this, and I have more agility, and I'm a little quicker, yet I'm depleted here, right? So that's something that definitely I know Todd Pappy and the design team, they definitely spec out, and really what does that mean to the end player.
Okay.
And then some of that stuff too, we were also, I've seen early iterations when you look at the stamina and you look at things like that, how much of a visual effect do we put on screen, right?
Yeah.
Is it your stamina and so on is so low that we even deplete part of your visibility? How far do we want to push it, right? And some of that stuff is, we make a choice, we get it out there, and we play test it. And that could be even stuff like the Ivocati could give us great feedback on, right? Hey, you put this effect on, but man, this really, now it's unbalanced. Once we put it out to a few thousand people, we can really see if there's anything that's a little too much or a little too less.
Awesome.
Cool. Right now, like we're experiencing Daymar, which is a kind of a pretty flat moon. Like procedural generation wise, are we gonna like at some point experience like going underneath the surface of the planet as well, like in a form of a cave? Or
I know we have within the terrain the ability to do things like that. As far as the need or how it plays out in the fiction, I don't know yet, honestly. I know there's people within the company that does know and would have the definitive, but I don't. I know that we are currently working on and still pushing what the makeup of the ecosystems are. I've seen some early stuff the other day of some brand new ecosystems that I looked at and said, wow, what the hell is that, right? So I'm still getting oohed and awed on things. So as far as the under, caves and underdwelling, I'm not sure. To me, it's a logical conclusion if I think of just, step away as a dev and think of it as a fan, that, with drilling and mining and this and that and so many different moons and surfaces, I would assume it's there somewhere, right? And then what can I do in it? I don't know yet, but we'll wait and see.
He doesn't know yet.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I don't know. No, I mean, am I gonna, hide, steal rovers and hide them out in there and, cover the entrance somehow so nobody can get in? Who knows? I don't know.
So,
Okay.
speaking
We don't know.
I see quite a few questions in chat. If anybody wants to pull any of those.
That was actually a question from chat. So
just a random one.
I've been waiting for questions that aren't, is the game done yet? It's like,
Yeah,
no,
reading them
they're
too.
working on the game.
I tell you, this is my favorite happy hour I've ever done. I just get to sit back and watch other people.
Somebody's asking if space whales are confirmed.
No.
So
No, hold on. No. No space whales.
So you hear it here, Jared confirmed space whales.
space elephants. Okay, I tried.
Will there be a jungle planet? We've done a lot of work on plants, and there's definitely going to be some dense areas. I'm not sure if it's going to go like full tropical jungle, but you're definitely going to have some areas that are thick with brush and trees, which will be fun to kind of play with because, using that to your advantage, imagine with FPS or dragonfly flying around through trees, it could be pretty cool.
Awesome. So touching back on to, actually no, forget my question. Somebody asked, so we know that melee takedowns will be a thing. We've seen that in ATV with somebody coming around, sneaking up and actually choking somebody down. So are there melee weapons planned for the game? So like not just like say a knife, but like maybe like a baton or like a photon sword, maybe something like that.
I've seen some concepts of melee weapons, but I don't know how far they've gone through on design and got vetted.
Right. Okay.
I mean, we know with anything on FPS and getting to hand-to-hand, there should be something there.
Right.
Right? So I've seen early concepts, but I don't know how far along as far as design and balancing and what variety or how many they would like.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. But we know that they're going to be like a selection.
I would assume that there's a selection from what I've seen, yeah.
Right. Okay. Awesome.
Meyer,
But it's not confirmed.
Hello.
did you just try to low-key confirm lightsabers in the game?
He kind of did, yeah. Well, you just confirmed space whales. Come on.
getting a lot of questions from chat concerning water.
That's the natural question when people talk about caves. What I've been told is, we're definitely going to have bodies of water. You'll definitely be able to go in the water, but what happens below the surface is yet to be identified 100%. Or at least they're not making it public, even to me. Yes, right?
Yeah, knowing Chris, I can imagine there will at least be a research phase where we explore what we can do without committing to anything.
But there's going to be absolutely large bodies of water, and you will be able to go into there, right? But do you want to go as far as, I'm doing the backstroke across the lake. But I'm fishing and blah, blah. I don't know how far they actually want to go. But I know whatever we would do, it would be balanced. It would be something that would be useful and functional with percentage of cool, and it would look really nice.
I've actually been seeing a bunch of questions in regards to atmospheric flight, which kind of makes sense. It's a good extension considering we've been in space all this time and we are on a moon now and we're more close to a surface. So is this like one of the first iterations of what you guys have planned for atmospheric flight? Or is there I think a better way to ask that is, are there going to be multiple different phases of atmospheric flight testing in regards to like planets with atmosphere, planets without atmosphere, that sort of thing?
I know there will be a variety of atmosphere, and we've been playing around with a variety of different effects. So I think what we see right now is cool, and there's some belief in that. We were playing it through the other day and going through and just burning in, going, oh my God, look at that, look at that, and flipping the ship around. So is what we see right now going to be the final end-all, be-all for everything? Not at all. I mean, we have some big-brain people that come on board that talk about, you know, the gravitational pull of this and that. What does that mean with velocity and what's the burn rate and so on, right? So we planets will have slightly different atmosphere, and imagine that atmosphere absolutely affects what that burn is when it comes in.
See, I wasn't even going that deep into it. I know a lot of people have. I've seen some of the questions on Reddit where people were looking at the atmospheric shot, and they were like, well, if they're going at that rate, like, blah, 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 and it's like, I wasn't even thinking of it on that high level.
Dude, I've sat with people before, and they've been like, Brian, you don't understand the gravitational pull and the spin of that, and then the ship coming in, and this is not humanly possible. And, like deep conversations, right? That you literally have to sit down and explain. You go, well, no, you know, we have ships, you know, that fly up to space and they come back down. Things are possible. However, there's also, we get to play with that. Let's play with the gravity. Let's play with the atmosphere. Let's play how thick it is, how dense it is, right? What about gas planets, and what about this and that, right? So there's a whole myriad of things that we get to play with, and it's finding those right variables. And sometimes we may tune those variables just because things look cooler.
So,
right?
Right. Quickly touching upon what DJ said about atmospheres. So you answered that, okay, maybe, depending on the constitution of the atmosphere, like the burning might be different. But also, in terms of how gravity may affect the different ships, is that intended? Is that in? So right now, I believe Daymar is maybe just a little bit like less than, like, you know, 1G. Like, you know, when you jump off a rock, you guys turtles a bit, that kind of thing. But like, so if we're like in a planet that had less gravity, oh sorry, not less gravity, because we already have that with space in the previous patches. Yeah. But in a planet with like more gravity, will that affect the way the ships fly, or is that intended in the future?
There is some intent there that things would fly slightly differently based on the gravity it's there, because you'll have different pull, right?
Yeah, and so also just to add on to that, so we have certain ships in the game that are very aerodynamic in their nature, like the Gladius. That looks like a plane. So when it flies in, say, Daymar, you know, it's believable that it can fly there because it looks like it has like atmospheric kind of like you know, thrusters and that kind of thing. Yeah. We also have you know, ships that are more like balls, you know, that kind of stuff. So in a planet that's heavier, would it be more beneficial for a ship that?
I don't know, man. I don't pin that on me. Chat's gonna blow up. Go, Brian's confirmed. Brian's you should fly this plane.
Remember those questions about design?
Yeah. But no, I will say though that there will be, logically, right? If a ship behaves a certain way, and then there's other certain variables, ship A will function away and ship B will function away.
Right.
There will obviously be some logical benefit for one ship versus another in different gravity or different atmosphere.
Right on.
Yeah, the short and simple answer to the question is that nothing is done. This is the very first iteration of planetary flight. We will continue to iterate. People like John Pritchett and our physics programmers will continue to tweak, will continue to push the limits of what can be done. And ultimately, they will continue to iterate to develop everything that they can do within the systems and all the other systems that have to cooperate to make Star Citizen. So it's too early to definitively say, yes, it's something. But is it something we're absolutely going to look into? Is it something we're going to research? Is it something we're going to try to do? Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
There is no try.
Only do.
So you talked about like plant life a little bit earlier with the question of like, would we like experience kind of a jungle environment? Yeah. Like, can you share a little bit how far the wildlife is coming along?
It's coming pretty good, and I think I've touched upon it a little bit in the past as well on some of the monthly updates. But you know, it's to the level that you could go up to individual plants and individual trees and bend individual limbs, right? And you see them they're physicalized, and the leaves will shake and so on. So from there, then it's just in a sense, you know, concepting out and designing, okay, cool. What type of plants, what type of trees would exist on this moon, in this ecosystem, and so on, right? So it's all in the process. We actually have one artist in Frankfurt fully dedicated to all organic plant stuff right now. And we're playing with all kinds because, you know, we are in space, so we have some that kind of look like plants you've never seen before, right? But they fit in with the vibe of what's going on.
Right.
They're physicalized, they move, they're alive, right? So it's progress is going good. I don't know how many trees and how many shrubberies we have created to date, but I do know we have a good quantity and it's ongoing.
Okay.
So we got 5 more minutes with Brian Chambers.
I like the word shrubbery.
Shrubbery.
Not a shrubbery. Shrubbery.
You have a shrubbery.
All right, so 5 more minutes with Brian Chambers.
Right. So
What else you got?
like I don't want to ask too many deep questions. You know, like what's this? Is this going to be there? Because
it's a great idea.
To an extent, I don't want to spoil things. Not
But
just
on
for
a
myself.
molecular level, how does this?
But so you guys were just talking about flora.
Yeah.
In our play session just now, we saw some strange Daymar like plant stuff going on.
Yep.
But like, what about fauna? I mean, we saw that last year with the sandworm. I mean, like, I don't want you to tell me what kind of fauna, but
No, tell us. By all means, tell us what kind of fauna.
will we be expecting fauna in 3.0 or the 3 build?
You know, we like fauna. What's that?
Don't make fun of me.
He'll be here all week, everybody.
4 minutes.
4 minutes. Get big. Sorry for not answering, but again, I'd have to spec it all out, and I could call Todd Pappy right now, and he'd tell me.
Right.
All right, lightning round, guys. 4 minutes.
Yeah, we're trying to pick out good questions here.
You guys are asking some of the worst questions I've ever been asked, man. I'm a little disappointed. So, Jared, about that dirt.
I'm loving this because I do this every week. It makes it look easy. It's not, is it?
Yeah, my hair's real. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So, planets. So, in the past couple of days, we've seen
3 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So screw the intro. The intro. Orbits rotations. Are they in? Will they be getting them?
I actually don't know the current status on it. I know that there has been a lot of discussion and play in that, and, you know, cool, they're orbiting, and this is orbiting, and that is orbiting.
Mm-hmm.
All the tech is there that it will enable all that.
Right.
It's just down then to design and how they want that to function.
Right.
It adds a lot of complexity. At the same time, if you don't have it, it takes away from realism. So it's really a balance.
Right. Okay.
Would it be like maybe first iterations of maybe like alien commodities in 3.0?
I don't believe so.
Weather effects.
That's a pretty short answer.
The weather's being worked on after this
Fair.
lightning round. Come on, 2 minutes.
Okay.
What's your favorite Pop-Tart?
I don't eat Pop-Tarts anymore. I cut out a bunch of sugar, and then I had a piece of cake like a month and a half ago, and I thought I was going to die.
Oh, wow.
It kind of bummed me out. I used to like Pop-Tarts. Yeah.
What was your favorite flavor back then?
As a kid, I liked the cinnamon ones, but only if I put them in the toaster.
Yeah.
Those were good.
Picard or Kirk?
Kirk, come on. Duh.
Space whale or sandworm?
Sandworm, duh. 2 minutes still. Probably a minute and a half now. Jared, they're choking, man.
Choking.
Your guys are falling apart.
No, they're doing well. It's not an easy task. Questions come in fast. They pile on top of each other. The questions aren't always appropriate for the guest that's sitting in the chair.
It's true, yeah. I tried to preface that when I sat down.
Yeah, I don't want to ask you design questions.
People are jumping me on Kirk. Kirk, because I worked on the director's cut of the original Star Trek, and that was fun working with Robert Wise and all them. So that's why my love for Kirk.
That only ever came out on DVD. It never came out on Blu-ray.
I know.
What's up with that?
Will we be able to
My
deform
name's in the
terrain?
credits, though. What's that?
Will we be able to deform terrain?
For 3.0, no.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
Right.
Unless you have a giant tractor or something, then you could make your cave and fill it with water. And
Is your hair in game?
kidding with all that. I don't believe it is. I don't believe it is in game, and I think it's probably on purpose. I think that was an Eric call.
Could we?
So if you want it, harass Eric. You know, Eric can make stuff happen.
How many
Characters come
retweets
out
do
of
we
LA.
need to get your hair in game?
You know, if I get like another 500 followers or so, then
Guys,
500.
get on there. We're going to start a campaign
no,
very
no,
soon.
no.
Somebody's
no,
gonna
we're not.
follow him
I'm joking.
immediately.
I am joking. But yeah, I saw Eric's hair in game.
Oh,
Or at least
yeah.
something looked really close.
Very close, yeah. On the
And
female
he
model.
just happens to work in the same
Yeah.
office as the character artist, so I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for Happy Hour Live from the Gamescom show.
Hold on. I was asked this. I was on Happy Hour one more time, the one before. It's 45 minutes.
Yes.
Why?
Because
If I had people literally direct message me going, dude, I was so excited to see the Happy Hour, but why was it cut short? And I'm like,
45.
there's a question.
it's the same reason you go to a bar and it says happy hours from 3 to 5. Happy hour is not a duration of time. It's a state of mind.
Done. Sold.
All right.
I'll find those old messages and answer them.
All right, guys. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 live from the show floor.
Thanks, guys.
back for hour 4 of our Gamescom, live from the Gamescom show floor. Presentation, games, stream, happiness, fun stuff.
Yeah.
I've lost the ability to talk. Hello,
You can
everybody.
tell it's the final hour.
I'm Community Content Manager Jared Huckabee. We just wrapped up our happy hour segment with Brian Chambers. Thank you so much for watching and for giving us such great questions. Joining us for this last hour of our broadcast, Meyer from Test, Tyler Waitkin from Austin, Texas, Sergeant Gamble, and of course the incomparable DJ Knight.
What up, fam?
I always take a pause after that just in case people start chanting. It happened once before. It happened once before.
All right, you
All right,
get the,
so we are
cut?
firing up.
I'm
We
gonna
are
do this.
back
Right.
in Star Citizen Alpha
I'll get an axe right
3.0.
Already on it.
DJ and Gamble are
Oh,
loaded in now.
we're
They
bringing two.
have loaded into what appears to be a private server. They are not in the same server that everybody else is in at the moment.
There it is.
There you go.
Powered up.
And they are doing this because they want to have a little fun. They want to have a little fun here. What are you guys gonna do?
We're gonna load up some Noxes into this Cutlass.
All right. So we have 2 servers here. We have one that's available to the public and one that is private right now. We have loaded into the private server where DJ and Gamble can play around without other people. As you can see, it's going very well already.
They can try.
There we go. There we go. All right, we're good. Open it up. You're a different Cutlass.
Yeah. So we're getting 2 Naxes into 2 Cutlasses.
Nice. Nice.
It's the Cargo Olympics. Who can do it first?
I predict this ends with a glorious explosion.
Oh, yes.
No, it's not. It's going to be fine, Tyler.
Oh, he's backing into it.
You're
That's a
trying
good
to back
idea.
it in? Trying to back it in?
That's a good idea.
Yup.
All right, so Gamble's going in head first. DJ is going in rear first. I saw that look you gave to me, Tyler. I'm not going to acknowledge it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Groceries.
Oh!
Oh!
Well done. I'm impressed, actually.
Good job.
All right. Meanwhile, there's Gamble. He's already inside. Turn off your Nox. Very good. DJ's pinned himself between the Nox.
Nope. I just recognize I should probably turn it off.
Oh, well, Gamble's,
that hatch?
Gamble's winning this race.
Was it a race?
Well, you guys decided to do
this.
the same activity separately, so.
Where are we going?
I'm going to come over there.
You're going to go
Yeah,
to
you
his
should,
now?
have, you should have one person fly and the other person launch out the back.
Oh, yes.
So how
onto a mountain.
How about you open the side door? I'll see if I can fly from this into the side door from this one.
In space.
Oh, yes, let's do that. Let's do exactly that.
In space.
In space.
Add that to any sentence and it's cooler.
Let us get these
Eating a
Noxes
sandwich.
together
In space.
Doing your laundry.
In space.
All right, so we've got DJ and Gamble, both in their own cutlasses,
We
both loaded up
probably
with
I'm
need
Noxes.
gonna-
to be around each other.
Yeah, I'm looking through the skies. There you go.
You found me?
Yep.
All right.
All right, so we're going to follow you.
I feel like
Either way.
anytime you say in space, you have to do it like Tim Curry in Red Alert 3.
Go on.
In space!
Like that.
Never change, Lando. Never change.
I couldn't if I wanted to.
So someone's asking, what cutlass is this? This is the newly refactored Cutlass Black.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that glorious piece of machine.
The manufacturers at Drake Interplanetary called this one, I believe the word they used was thick.
Gamble, show me that interior shot with your armor again. I love that shot. There you go.
Yeah, it's a great shot. That's again the new armor, right?
That's the new armor.
There are tons of new variants, and so we know that item 2.0, to those who are new, old citizens, that's one of the new things that are
What did
coming.
you just call
You
me?
just call him old?
Happy birthday.
How many
old
viewers
citizen?
are there right now? He just called you old in front of.
Between Twitch and YouTube, there's like 6,000
That's
people watching.
brutal, Meyer.
Oh my God.
Cold as ice.
Okay, happy birthday.
I'm
by
as
the way.
old as ice.
I think
Sacrifice, Lando.
I think you lost me.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I mean, like you know, like citizens who they've been around the block. They know what's coming in the 3.0
I got
basically.
you. I got you.
Well,
Right in front.
Okay, so you're gonna try. What are you gonna try? You're
All
gonna
right,
try
so I'm
a.
just gonna move
I'll
up
power
and then
down.
po- and-
You're gonna try a high orbit transfer.
Yep. All right, so I'm just gonna stop.
Oh,
I can safely say this has probably
You're gonna
never
power-
been attempted.
Power of the engine,
All right, there we go. Oh,
if we can.
slow it down.
oh, nice.
Clutch.
Oh, it would peak your microphones, peoples. Oh, your speakers.
But where I was going with that is that, like, so we know that the ships are modular. We know that all the different components within the ships, you know, like, you can remove them, you can
All right, so
change
I'm
them, you
gonna
can mix and
power
match them.
down
Well,
now.
it seems like that's the same thing with the armor as well. So,
Yep.
like, yeah, so, like, this suit of armor, the orange one, we've seen somebody wearing, like, a blue one. So the undersuit was completely different.
Yes.
I mean, what was the same with different color, but, like, also, like, the things around him, the pipes, they were all so different. But he also
All right,
had
so
elements
I'm
that
gonna
were the
stop right
same.
here.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool.
And when
Yeah.
we get out,
Eventually, you'll be able to mix and
hop
match
in
all
this
the
Nazi,
pieces
come
of the
do it.
various armors.
Right.
Trying to open the back door, which is not
Probably
really
knows
working.
what you're trying to do, and it's protecting you.
Well, then let's just open the side door.
Look at that view, though. Just
Yeah.
like looking out the back of the Cutlass.
Turn it on.
I feel like this is.
Boom.
I don't want to get blown up though, so let's make it work. I'm gonna go through the side door.
All right. Here's DJ. What are you doing, DJ?
Whoa.
DJ, trying to go out the side door?
No.
Done.
It's out.
In space! All right.
DJ's made it out the side door. Gamble is still trying to find his way out.
I mean,
Now
I
I
feel like
gotta
this
find
needs
the
some
ship.
music. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. DJ is out. DJ has successfully escaped.
So now, I mean, check your dash. Are you in like in space mode now? How fast can you go?
Let's see.
But don't go too far. Let's find the Cutlass and go to the other Cutlass.
I'm trying to find the other colors.
Can you not target it? Oh,
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
yeah, something. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if that's my cutlass or his cutlass, because it looks like it's going
I'll just.
lower.
I think it'd still be a feat in and of itself, really, to be honest. Like, if you could get out of your ship and back into it in space. But it'd be nice to get into his, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that is cool. That actually does show off the new suit. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, you better do this before you come crashing back down, by the way. Oh,
Look, yeah, just look down.
Gamble's become a star child.
Yes.
Give us that third person again.
he is falling, by the way,
Nice.
in style.
This is really
I
glad.
think we're both falling.
This is really good. I'm glad you're doing this.
Oh yeah, I've been falling this whole time. No wonder I couldn't see him.
I don't think it.
I'm gonna stop. Yup. This is gonna be fun.
Red Bull guy, eat your heart out.
This is gonna be fun.
Yes, we just turned this into Star Citizen Flutog.
This is gonna be a
Go
problem.
to third person. Go to third person. Go to third person.
Oh!
Oh! Saved. Saved.
So that's DJ Knight demonstrating the new
That's gorgeous.
Gravlev
Falling
technology.
with style, the right way.
I could use a little help though.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Gamble. How's it going, Gamble?
It's you know, I'm enjoying the view.
All right. Well, since it's only the two of you on the server, maybe you should respawn and get to someplace where we actually do something.
Save Private Gamble.
I can do this all day. This is awesome.
This is a good time to remind everybody that this is still a very early build of Star Citizen Alpha 3.0. Obviously, a fall from orbit like that in the Nox should have gone much differently. Hey, wait, what are you doing? Hold on, I gotta go fix the thing.
We appear to be experiencing some technical difficulties. All right, so what are you doing, Gamble?
I am getting into the Gladius, and I can. I'm hoping to find DJ, and
Gonna say hello?
I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that
Might
now.
need to settle some debt, you know?
Okay. I'm pretty sure I got to get to the other side of this mountain. I like the sound of it. I like the sound of this.
So it's worth noting, and it's been happening, but no one's really said it. But like the further you leave the planet as well, they've actually got it in so that the further you leave the planet and it's this gravitational pull, the faster your ship can actually go. So like if you're like 100 meters off the ground, your top speed is actually different from when you're on the ground as well. So that's why the Gladius can go to the dark side of the moon pretty fast. Whereas if you're on the ground in the Nox, it's going to take you a few Noxes. That's nice.
Yes. You guys couldn't see it because it was out of frame, but Jared just walked over and karate chopped somebody.
Yeah.
It was, somebody walked up and was just like, I'm going to unplug the camera.
Yeah, there's a dead person in the booth right now.
Yes. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go clean that mess up because the blood's getting everywhere.
No! No. Oh, you got me. I don't like it. No.
Recover!
Get off.
Keep him dancing.
Get off the bike.
Keep him dancing, Gamble.
I don't even.
You're really trying to shoot him.
You got off the bike?
I am shooting. No, stop the reload.
Stranded in space, huh?
That's right. Well, this new wave of right now we are moving in a new wave of players at the moment. They will be jumping into this server.
This server.
Yeah, we jumped ahead of the server, so so you will find several other players here shortly.
Did you get him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing you got him.
There is another bogey out here.
Yeah, more people are logging into this server now because they've done the switch over.
All right, so let's see what we got. Here the Gladius.
Yeah, one of the neat things. Now we are of course playing Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 today. We're going to play it tomorrow. We're going to play it Friday. We're going to play it Saturday. And when you load the server up, the moons will load into different times of day. You know, in its rotations like that. So between the different plays, you'll notice certain times where the sunsets look a little more vibrant than other times, or where it's bright, shining, like high noon kind of stuff. It's one of the very cool aspects of Star Citizen and its live environments here.
Because of course the sun is an actual object in the sky and not just a light.
And I love that.
What are you guys doing?
Are you trying to break apart the Cutlass? That is actually something I
Looks like
haven't
he's doing a pretty
seen.
good job of it.
Yeah.
Like trying. It's being shredded right now.
There's a person over there who's waited an hour in line to sit down and experience the Cutlass for the first time.
No, this is a stranded Cutlass.
Oh yeah.
It's not in the spawn area. It is. It's
Sure.
a derelict ship.
Or it's the Cutlass you abandoned in space that fell down to the ground.
That's also possible.
Because it sure didn't look like a derelict.
It is now.
It's a derelict now.
It's a derelict now.
It's a crashed ship.
It was like this when I got here.
You've just witnessed Star Citizen's first player create a derelict.
And that is something that I wish I asked, actually. Persistent regs, like persistent player-made regs.
All right, so let's go back to camp. We see other people now. They're loading in.
Hello, people. How are you?
people.
See somebody in a nice little cut lace.
What?
Cut lace.
It's dangerous
Look
when
at
you're only
this.
half listening. All right, so you're both in Gladiuses right now, and there's other players.
Somebody is.
You guys gonna fight it out again?
I was going to see if anybody's going to start moving.
You're just
So I
here
can start
trolling
shooting.
the new people.
Sometimes you got to do it.
They're all just standing there wild-eyed looking at things, like saying, what's this, what's that?
doing?
Dying. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Really?
Oh, that's a cool
Really?
shot. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What up, bro?
Welcome to Star Citizen. You are now dead.
Give him the gift of missile.
Have you fired them? Is the missile cam in this one? I guess I don't know what the button is.
Just chasing each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
DJ, if you go a bit higher, you can go faster than him.
Oh, no. If I use my afterburners, I could actually go faster, too.
All right, fair enough.
Excellent ship control there, DJ.
I'm trying. Trying, man.
Better than I can do. Don't let me talking crap discourage you. Everybody knows I'm a world-class pilot.
So it's also worth noting that when they do fly towards the ground like that, the flight actually, there is increased turbulence because, of course, the thrusters are pushing downwards.
Woo.
In the Gladiuses, it's not as noticeable when the ships aren't damaged, but in things like the Prospector, because of how it's built, when it's really, really low to the ground, it actually starts to wobble a lot more, and it's really violent, actually. Uh-oh.
Oh,
There you go.
bounce.
Bounce with
Yep,
it, bounce
I'm out.
with it.
I'm out. Woo!
DJ's ejected.
No shoot, though. So this is going to be fun.
No
Yes.
shoot, though.
This is going to be less than stellar.
I don't know.
This is Battlefield.
Destroyed.
Let's find some of the other players on the map, Gamble.
Yeah. So I think they're still not on this server, which is sad.
No, they are on the server. They just moved over.
Ah.
They're just learning how to control their vehicles for the first time.
There is literally somebody who's been standing there. I can see them across the room.
Yeah, see, there's one.
They've been just standing there staring at the nurser for like 5 minutes. Just like, wow.
What do you have to, DJ?
About to die. That's all. Question. Getting a turret. What?
Getting a turret.
It's not a question, man.
That's Gamble right in front of you, DJ.
Oh, yeah. I saw him watching me get in. Woo!
Have you found anyone yet?
No, except for DJ, I haven't found anyone just yet.
Nope.
All right, well, they must have gone back into the same server then.
Right.
Is Aurora weapon more powerful now? I'm not sure. I haven't flown the Aurora to actually do any firing, so let's see what kind of work we can do with an Aurora, since you're asking.
At the next reset, let's make sure that we get into their server.
Right.
Please fire a missile. I fired a missile earlier. I'll fire another missile very shortly.
So you can't fire missiles at like the ground vehicles, right? We saw that with the Nox, right? Or did we not?
I thought I shot a missile out of Nox.
At the Nox, right? So yeah, that is the newly refactored RSI Aurora that was made up by Elwin Batchelor. Yeah, so
Junior.
Elwin Batchelor Jr. And people are commenting on how amazing it looks. Well, this was the first ship that we actually came into the game, correct? Like way back when.
One of the first, yeah.
Yeah, and it is so beautiful now. Like you can see that things remain similar while being very, very, very like subtly different. And
Hello. Okay.
well,
Oh.
good night.
Oh.
I wonder what those things are.
The Revenge of DJ.
All right, so let's see what they are. Bulldogs, or the beer MPAs.
And we showed this off earlier as well with the panels. Like those aren't just flashing lights; they actually do stuff. You can change them around.
So if I focus in on the panel here, for instance, there's different pages to some of these. Like I can change if I actually target it correctly. Well, I don't know if this one has the functional display there, so over here.
I think that one might be it. Yeah.
So I can go over here and change to all gears, or like just thrusters, or just weapons. So like, I like that you can kind of adjust those on the fly.
So yeah, so power management is something that's in actually.
Prospector.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So let's see.
What are you up to, Gamble?
We're going to get into a rover, and maybe we can check out an outpost.
Maybe.
Maybe.
So that's the first stage. So we're looking at.
How much fuel do you have, DJ? In your
I don't know. I'm worried though. I'm at the base station. I'm looking for the secondary outpost, so I can go check out one of those prospectors.
Yeah, so to clarify, that is the Aurora LN, the Legionnaire, the variant that has the missiles.
Put your landing gear up, man.
I don't believe in landing gear up. I was trying to hover slowly, so if I can get over here easier.
That is a good question. Can you put the Nox in the Ursa? But then I guess, moreover, why would you want to? To see if
Can you get
the Nox in the Ursa rover?
That's a good thing to consider trying.
Well, I'll come back and
yeah, like
oh, I'm already there.
Like imagine like you're exploring in the Nox and then you're out of fuel, right? Someone needs to come and save you. So how are they going to save you?
You know, we like putting ships in other ships.
Yeah,
so
ship and ship.
So I heard you like ships, so I'm going to have you open your ship, so I can put this ship in your ship. So that way you can ship while you ship.
Yeah. So of course this is like, you know, it's multiplayer, and when the game gets released and stuff, you're never going to be really on your own ever. And so like, if your Nox, for instance, does run out of fuel, you can always like open up the comms and call for help, and then somebody can bring something that might be able to help you. And we're going to see now if they can.
Well, what do you think, Meyer?
Dead meme don't care.
I think maybe. I think maybe.
You don't have to think about it. You just try it and find out.
Pretty much.
All right.
I'm going to go with yes. What does chat think? I wonder.
Let's see. I got a Nox. You already got one of those over there?
Yeah. Oh, take it easy. Take it easy. Oh, no, it kind of wants to... Oh, there we go.
Take it in slow.
Do it slow.
Take it slow. No,
no,
it wants to go
slow
in it.
Yes.
I think...
You got it done. Now, the question is,
we did
now,
it.
if you were... Let's see if that's you over there.
Turn it off first so it lands.
So I'm going to come to you now, because if you can get into... If you had a driver in there...
You should have turned it off first so it landed.
That could have worked. Actually, no, that's not good.
Nope.
I love chat's reaction.
Gamble's forever one with the Ursa now. Gamble should have referred to as
it is
Ursa Fly.
I'm not living anymore, but it is.
All right, so
in fact, in.
Here's what we try though. I've got another Nox, right?
Right.
When you come back, you get in the driver's seat of the Ursa. I back into the Ursa with the Nox, and then see if you can drive with me still in it. So that way we can figure out if you can sneak up on somebody.
Oh, that'd be neat. That'd be really awesome, actually.
So that way, you don't necessarily have to close it. You just open the ramp, get in the driver's seat, and then I get in. That should still give you an ability to, sneak up on somebody if need be.
Hey, Jared. Yeah.
And I'm saying
what's
next
up?
to one.
What are you guys going to be doing when you're on the stream? Oh, just going to be, playing around, goofing off, playing with all the other people. You're not going to try to fit things into other things and break stuff, are you?
Yeah.
Nah.
It is in
there. You guys know what's up. It'll be good.
It's still in there.
Trust me.
It's in there.
Oh, nice.
Trust me.
Let's see if we can close this.
All right, so come to this one.
Door.
So that way, like with that, yeah, it's in there. It's not technically in there, right? It's not gonna stick.
Try again with a different vehicle.
Right. So come over here to this Ursa, and I got this Nox. If I can, you know, not die
That
before I
Nox
get
is
there.
dancing, dancing, dancing.
Yo, question of can I reach the door?
Yes. Now, this is good because one of the most common questions we get for every ship that we introduce is what ship will it fit? Will it fit in this? Will it fit in that? And it's not an easy answer because just because the volume is big enough to hold the thing does not mean that it's a big enough space, it's a designed well enough space for it to successfully launch and store from such thing. As we are seeing right now, that even though you can technically
All right, get in the driver's
fit
seat.
a Dragonfly inside an Ursa,
Oh, what?
you're not likely, or Nox inside an Ursa, you're not likely going to be able to actually operate it.
So when you get it in, make sure to turn the engine off. I think that was the big mistake there. So it actually like lands again. As
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, DJ, you get, Gamble's in the driver's seat. DJ is trying to back it in.
You need to take it slow, yeah.
I was waiting for it to come back down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It has a mind of its
Yeah,
own
give us a
sometimes.
nice third-person camera on that. There you go. Thank you, Gamble.
Calm down, calm down. We got this.
You gotta take it really easy.
Oh. He almost
All right,
did
we
it.
got this.
This reminds me of one of those white rhino birthing videos that you see on National Geographic.
I was thinking,
But in reverse.
Yeah, I was thinking of with Jim Carrey. And, oh.
Getting them hot in these rhinos. Oh man, this thing's got a mind of its
Yeah,
own.
just try
right now.
going in. Yeah, just try going in face first.
Whoa! It saw my press of the W key is, let's go full throttle. Oh, if you did it while you were moving, it'd be like Knight Rider.
Yeah. Well, see, Gamble did this so effectively because Gamble did it with his HOTAS.
Yeah.
He was able to have the fine motor control.
Yeah.
You don't have that with mouse and keyboard right
It's a lot
now.
more granular.
Oh, yeah, push it in.
That being
Push
said,
it in.
That being said,
Let me just back it up. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, hold on. Let it turn the engine off.
It's already off.
All right, go. Good job, DJ.
Here for you.
so it
Had I
is-
not got off, I'm sure we could have just unloaded after we got somewhere else.
That's really cool, though. That's really cool. And then you can imagine, like, let's say we have some players holed up in like a fort up there, and they say, "Oh, there's an Ursa rover coming up," and then like as they get through there and they're in defilade, then someone else can like get out of the Nox and come behind them, and they wouldn't know.
They'll bring some help.
It's not built for it though.
Yes.
We can all agree on that.
But that's the cool part about it is that pirates will figure it out. It may not be built for something, but that won't change the fact that people will figure out how to make it happen.
Meyer's scenario is entirely plausible.
Happy birthday, Disco.
Happy birthday, Meyer. It's everyone's birthday when disco gets old. I'm 40 today.
Oh,
You turned 40?
I'm a 40-year-old man.
so that's ship in ship, and if I remember correctly from ATV as well, like
Old man disco.
if you're able to take that vehicle into a different ship, and then you log off, and it gets despawned, it'll respawn in the same way. At least that's how that. Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Oh, I should clarify. I'm 40 in game dev years. In real life, I'm only 23.
Woo. Woo. Can you please throw an Ursa down from space? How? You want to try to find
All right.
an Ursa in a
All right,
Cutlass?
swap out, guys.
Go, go.
Let's get in the server with everybody else.
Yay, shoot some noobs.
We're getting ready to swap everything else out. All right, so we'll do a little bit of the housekeeping here. So, guys, if you've just joined us, you've missed most of the show. This is day one of our Gamescom show floor presentation here, sponsored by, well, nobody. It's just us this year. I'm Jared Huckabee. That's Meyer. That's Sergeant Gamble. And that's DJ Knight down over there. We are playing Star Citizen Alpha 3.0 live here on the show floor. What we have now is we're cycling out people, so everybody gets to play for 15 minutes, and then we reset the server. We have preset defined starting locations and weapons and ships and loadouts. And in order to, as you watched us, you've seen we're flying out all over the place. In order to make sure everybody can start with all the same stuff, we reset the server every 15 minutes so everybody gets a fresh start. Are you connecting into the same server they're connecting into?
Yes.
Okay.
It's housekeeping.
So it looks like we're good. They are already in.
They're loading in now. Yes. 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 Yes.
So what do you guys have planned for the people who are new to the game? What are you gonna do?
Sorry?
What do you have planned for the people who are just getting in?
Who are just getting in?
Yeah.
Like brand new?
Yeah, what do you have planned? What are you gonna do then?
Give them a show.
Give them a show?
Give them a show.
Give them a show.
Oh, yeah. All right, I was going to
There we go. There we go. Looks like we have some of our show floor guests. Look around. Yep.
Oh, no. I was trying to get in here and to get in the driver's seat because they're going to try to get in there. And
That's all right. No, let them play it. Let them play it. Let's see where they take us.
Get in this turret.
Where'd that person go? That's right. You haven't gotten in the Cutlass turret yet.
No.
Yep. So I got that turret up.
I think you might have you might have scared that guy away.
So now he just has to wait. So he's unable to fire the turret until the vehicle leaves the staging area.
Zone.
Yeah.
Oh, they're closed.
Ships are gone.
Is that Gamble's Cutlass you're in front
I
of?
think that might be my Cutlass.
Yeah, go ahead, get in there, Gamble. Let's take off. Let's see some Cutlass.
Yeah, get it. Get that Cutlass nice and in there.
Take it easy. Don't want to hit that guy.
Push him out.
Engine off.
Engine off.
Oh. Oh. I can shoot now. Somebody's driving. You want to mutiny the driver?
Mutiny the driver.
You could get out.
Go to third person, DJ. Yeah, somebody's definitely taking off.
Try taking out that Aurora right in front of you.
Hello, Aurora. Armor system. No.
Oh no! So unfortunately, the guy who is in the pilot seat is one of the guys on the show floor. So it's quite difficult to cooperate at this point in time.
Come on. All right. So while I'm in this turret, there's no lower turret, is there?
No. Not in this vehicle.
All right, cool. So here, you can hop in this turret. Help shoot some of these other people in here, and I'm going to kind of go walking around a little bit, kind of show off the awesomeness. So right next to the turret, we got the beds. We got a lovely sleeping area, nice place to save. We can come over here and check out some of the gun racks we got on this lovely, lovely beast. Right behind us, we got some lockers for all the big bennies. Stop playing with me.
So you can actually open those, yeah.
So yeah, you can open them up. You can put some hangers up in there, keep your UEC uniforms nice and crispy. That armor, though, that armor is pretty. Mine is prettier, though.
How many people are in this Cutlass? 3? There's at least 3 people.
Well, somebody's in the turret still.
We're not able to get out this Cutlass, so we're going to be here.
I mean, you may not be able to get out this Cutlass.
Oh, you can try.
Oh, he's got, yeah, we,
yes,
so you could get in the passenger seat. See if you can get, I've never tried to disengage the locks as a passenger.
Yeah, so ship locking is actually in this build as well. It's something new to the game. No longer can somebody just walk into your ship after you've gotten in and that kind of thing and have their way with your ship. So the pilot can now choose to lock the ship and unlock them at a whim.
This guy's gonna kill us. I think he's gonna crash land. I'm gonna try something.
I'm not sure if the co-pilot can turn the power off, though.
Yeah.
I just tried. You can't.
Yeah.
So Gamble's in the turret. We have some random
That's exactly what I was going to do.
Gamescom attendee flying the ship right now. I think DJ's going to try to blast his way out.
Oh, yes, I am.
It has become a ground vehicle.
Blast your way out, DJ.
Oh, that'd be awesome if you could. Can you?
Find out in a second.
That'd be really neat. You could blow the ramp
Oh,
up.
I took you into the armistice zone.
Oh, no.
Lame.
We're out of it again. You can shoot it.
I'm backing up.
He keeps weaving in and out of the armistice zone to happen again.
Okay, can't shoot the back door. Okay, figured out
Not yet, anyway.
You could try relieving the captain of his position.
We'll try relieving this door of his position. Nope. What if it'll just let me blast my way out? Just, like, try that. Oh no.
All right, why don't you go ahead and respawn then?
Yep. On it. Fell out.
Oh!
Well, that thing is done. That thing is done. All right, so let's see what we got. Hey, look, there's your wreckage. Your flaming wreckage.
Good flying out there, Cutlass pilot. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Power up.
Hey, what about it?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Uh-oh.
All right, since we're here and I'm nearby one, let's have a look at the prospector. Because reasons.
The Prospector doesn't have any rear cargo doors, does it? I mean, we were inside it a second ago, and from the interior, it looked like there was. Can you go around the
Let's
back?
go check it out.
Yeah.
There supposedly is a door
Right.
towards the back, and probably we are not able to go in there because that specific area might maybe have to do a little bit more with the actual ore that's going to be in there.
So perhaps in the near future, because the options are there. You can see
the options there.
Exactly. So
but
there's
there's
a
like
back
the
door
lasers
hatch
there,
as
and
well.
we can't actually mine.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be that kind of situation.
Because, again, I was talking about how these ships are, they all have their different manufacturers. Well, this one's by MISC. And if you look towards the back of the ship, the back actually looks very similar to that of the MISC Reliant, and you were talking about it before. And that has that hatch. So I can imagine that's how the back could open, potentially.
There we go. Let's get
For the 4 of you freaking out in chat, I know the guy. I was playing with him. Relax. Relax.
So, okay, it says
this
door.
This is a cooler.
Yeah, it's for the cooler. Yeah.
So I guess a nice way to... Oh! Everybody's switching.
All right. Switch. We're going to go ahead and watch this cool video while we switch. Ow!
Did I bring this out?
All right, so Sergeant Gamble is floated back into the server. Vic. Gamble, we've got 20 minutes left. 20 minutes left in our broadcast today. What are we doing?
I was getting on a Nox because I know that DJ Knight is going to the Prospector, so I might meet him there.
That sounds like a plan. I like the sound of this.
Looks like you're a little right saddleback heavy.
Apparently we have no sound.
There we go.
Yeah, there's sound. There's just a lot of noise here. That's all.
Wait, so you're in the Cutlass right now, DJ. So like, wait,
I'm in the not in the Cutlass yet. Yet. I ran for the Aurora because it was here.
All right. Oh, I see.
Run fire, Gamble. Yeah, see, we got sound.
I like how the guns bump like that.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's awesome. What guns are those anyway? Can you check on the thing? What guns are those? Can you check?
Well, maybe Jared can tell us a little bit about those guns. He knows. Nope.
You might be able to tell on the HUD, I think. Maybe on the lower screen.
Gotta show off that prospector. If I had to guess, it looks like the M3As.
Yeah, or M2s maybe, because it's a land vehicle. Small sizes.
No, the vehicle weapon sizes are the same across all ships.
Right.
It's only the components that have vehicle ones. So the Noxes and the Dragonflies use the exact same weapon sizing system that the ships use.
Oh, so yeah, sorry, M3. Yeah, there aren't any M size 2. I mean M2s. My bad.
They're pretty sizable weapons for like a small bike like this.
Yeah.
From Bering.
Yeah.
Hop in this prospector there.
You're in the prospector already?
Yep.
Right. Let me hop in there.
Do it.
So DJ's in the cockpit. You must wait. You must wait for him to board.
So actually,
DJ.
Gamble, look at his landing pads. I mean,
DJ, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I don't think we've actually seen the landing pads like touch the ground and compress yet, because I think that's in, right? Like when he lands.
I mean,
you're not touching the ground yet.
All right, you have it in?
I don't actually know, Meyer.
Huh?
I don't actually know. All right, let me get into the ship. Is that supposed to be in, Jared, that the landing pad?
It's supposed to be in, but it's not as, obviously there are several things that are still being worked on.
The prospector is only, it's not even out yet, technically.
So this was what Meyer was talking about. There is, like, because it's a pretty long ship, so there's a door here, but obviously we can't go through it.
No.
So there might be something behind that.
It's the cooler.
Yeah, it's the cooler. So I guess in the future, when in some other future patch, when you're able to actually repair the ship,
right?
Yeah, you'd have to open it up to then like manage with the cooler. You can see that there's a monitor down there in the bottom right. I'm sure that's going to have to do with like telling you like the health of everything, that kind of thing as well. Right now it's just a placeholder image, but
exactly.
I don't believe this is a multi-cruise ship though. It's a very solitary thing, being a miner.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, I'm dead.
Oh well. So much for that heavy armor.
You got to back out of there
yeah.
to get the.
Good job, Gamble.
The entry point's on the back
you.
of the seat. On the back.
Yeah, so it's on to the right of the seat actually. She's on the right. And
thank you for the ship.
It was a good.
I appreciate it.
I'm the captain.
Hey, here
now.
for you. Look at me. Look at me. Gamble is the captain now. All right.
So Gamble, do you see yourself being a miner?
I see myself being a miner. Miner.
A miner?
A miner.
A miner.
No, definitely. I would enjoy that a lot. I have a prospector. I thought about like maybe going bigger than that. But like for me, it's important to see like what the first implementations of the actual mining system would be.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be one of my like biggest professions. So I'd like to have one just to do maybe some small mining, workings here and there. But
yeah, because like, obviously it's not a combat ship. I mean, like one would the devs at least would imagine that it's not going to be much of a fighter. But
what was that that just flew past you, DJ?
I'm not even sure.
But at the same time, they didn't expect us to do half the things we do. I can imagine at some point someone's going to try and use this ship to land on a capital ship and mine their way through a door or something, Like,
there will be people that will test that, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, mining is going to be a really interesting kind of mechanic, but it's like, for me, it's not the most important profession that there is in the game.
How very dare you.
How very dare you, because you are a miner. Right?
I don't.
Blow him out of the stars,
I'd love to
DJ.
try. Kill him! Yo, gamble.
Oh,
you have to escape now.
No, it's good. We had a good shot. He was right there coming behind you.
I'm not going out without a fight.
La 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 la.
But yeah, the prospector here is seriously outclassed.
Whoa!
Yeah, but the way DJ flies, it's an even fight.
I'm used to a HOTUS.
Speaking of which, Gamble, what are you using to play the game right now?
I'm sorry?
What are you using to play the game right now?
Right now, I'm using a X56 HOTUS setup, so that means it's a it's a wrap.
Game over.
No, it's a stick, the HOTUS hands on throttle on stick, so it's a flight stick and it is a throttle.
Right.
You see a lot that people actually for spaceflight and the amount of possibilities that you have within this game to use different peripherals for actually playing the game.
Yeah.
I myself prefer having a throttle. You see a lot of dual sticks going on right now, which is supposedly a really, really awesome way to fly your ship.
It's the way I fly my ship, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, that being said, there is no perfect way to play the game. But at the same time, you can use whatever you want to play the game.
Right. There are still a lot of people that have been playing or like back in the game for a long time, have been here since like the first implementations of Arena Commander.
Yeah.
And that always stick to mouse and keyboard.
Of course, yeah.
And it's a terrific way to play the game as well. The one thing that we got to take in consideration for Star Citizen is that there is such a massive amount of key bindings.
Yes.
It is ridiculous.
We don't die, boys.
Obviously, it's like, if you...
We don't die.
We got...
Actually, I'm in orbit right now, so...
we got 3 more days of this, right?
I'm up here. I'm out of the atmosphere. There's going to be no dropping. Wait. It is dropping, just super slow.
Yeah.
You are dropping.
You're dropping, yeah.
Go up there and rescue him, Gamble.
I will.
In a cutlass.
I will. Where's the ship? I need a ship.
Hello, this is Man Stanson with UFIA News. We have an important announcement to make. DJ Knight is falling perilously to his death. We don't know how long it's going to take for him to land on the ground, but his options don't look good. It's pretty grim, DJ. DJ, I understand we have you on the line. What's going through your head right now at this very moment?
I don't know what I was doing. I ejected in space. I didn't know that I was going to probably die. It's going to be a long and slow death.
Well, we're all pulling for you here.
Just going to free fall in the meantime.
We're all pulling for you here in the studio. I understand there's a rescue operation underway. Sergeant Gamble, what can you tell us?
Yes, I heard that Mr. DJ Knight actually kind of screwed up in space while he was still in gravity and not in orbit. He went out for an EVA, but that obviously didn't go as planned. So I'm getting into this Aurora because it's the only ship left at base, and I will try, without actually having his coordinates, to find him and pick him up.
All right. DJ Knight, what possessed you to eject from your ship, I believe it was the Gladius, while you were in high orbit?
I figured in high orbit I'd be able to EVA. I did not consider that I was still close enough to the planet that I'd be sucked into its gravity well. So I was sorely mistaken. Although the view from up here is glorious,
Can
while I
you-
plummet to my death.
Can you put me in direct connection with DJ Knight?
Yes, I believe we can do this. Yes, we are patching Sergeant Gamble and DJ Knight into each other. Sergeant Gamble, go live. You're on with DJ.
DJ Knight,
Yeah, what's up, man?
can you tell me where you are? What are you seeing right now?
I'm seeing some mountains,
Mountains.
and I'm seeing the ground get slowly larger.
You gotta be a little bit more specific than that.
What did I miss?
If I look directly in front of me, I see the horizon. If I look to my right, I see Crusader.
All right, Sergeant Gamble, I understand you are in pursuit.
I am in pursuit. I'm heading towards where he actually left the ship for EVA, and I'll try to go right down to the planet, and maybe I can spot him.
So analytics would like to ask, once you do spot DJ Knight, what is your plan after that in Aurora?
What is happening? Is he trying to catch him or?
Yeah. Hurry up! Hurry up!
Yeah, I think I know how this is going to go.
Joining us is community correspondent Tyler Wicken, wandering into the room and wondering what the conversation's going on.
Oh, they're
the switch.
cycling. Switch
The
the camera.
Mike Clippendo.
Oh, we were saved by the cycling.
Oh.
Well, that actually brings us to a wrap as far as today's broadcast. Goes. So squeeze in here, guys.
Everybody squeeze.
We lost our big center camera, as you can see. So everybody, thank you.
Wait, hold on. Actually, I need you to press print screen. This is good. I'm going to use this on social.
You want me to press print screen?
Yeah. Ready? Everybody pose.
Hold on. Okay.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
DJ's face is the blurriest face.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well,
DJ Blur.
No depth of field, guys. So,
Blurry night.
Thank you for joining us for day one of our Gamescom Show 4 presentation. We will be back same time, 12 p.m. local. $10 a.m. UTC. We have special guest Aaron Roberts. Aaron Roberts,
Hey.
head of Foundry 42 and head of global production. He will join us here live to answer your questions, just as we had Brian Chambers today. Of course, if you're in the Cologne area, we do have a bar citizen this evening at the Brauhaus Unnamen that starts at 8 p.m. Pacific, or 8 p.m. Pacific, yes, 8 p.m. local time. We'll be there to be a chance to meet all kinds of Star Citizen developers and wish me happy birthday. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday.
Nope.
I'm not going to sing more than that. It was just two-liner.
Not doing it. A couple other, other housekeeping tips. We have been giving away trading cards. Today it was the Cutlass and the Nox with QR codes. Somebody has shared those QR codes online, so on social media. You can use the QR codes to access the sales page that will let you buy your Cutlass and your Nox at our introductory prices. This will be your last chance to get them at these prices before they are implemented into 3.0. There will be two new ships and two new cards going on sale tomorrow. You'll want to check back in to find out what those are. Folks attending here are also getting wonderful Star Citizen little pin.